afternoon, everybody. So this is the fourth Busworld ASEAN for Laksana. I think Busworld event has been always a very important event for Laksana. Yeah, especially because I know this is an event, is an international event, and we actually got a lot of exposure internationally from this event. And this year, we are bringing 3 buses. And looking at the global trend of the electrification of buses, we are bringing 2 buses which is electric. One is we are partnering with Hyundai, and another one we are partnering with our Chinese partner, which is the Skywell. And on the third bus, we are exhibiting a double decker with one of our influential customer. It's called Juragan 99, which always give us a lot of challenge. And as you can see, this double decker bus has only 29 seating capacity, and inside there is a lot of private cabins. Yeah, so this is a very unique, a new concept of bus that we will introduce also for the Indonesian market. So again, I would like also to use this opportunity to thanks to Busworld team, yeah, to consistently having the event in Jakarta. Yeah.
Yeah. Tell us about the new coach.
Yeah, the coach. Okay. So the first coach that we just unveiled this afternoon, this is a collaboration with Hyundai. So this is, I think, one of the first intercity, or not intercity, but electric bus for sports club. Yeah. So 4 months ago, we had the opportunity to have a collaboration with Hyundai and with Persija, the Jakarta Soccer Club, to build coaches for their team. So for this challenge, we use our flagship models, which is the Legacy SR3 Neo, and with a capacity of about 40 seatings. We built these buses using very particular materials and design. So this bus that we see here is using stainless steel frames with aluminum panelings, so that the bus have a long lifetime, and also at the same time it's lightweight. And this is very important for Indonesia, because in Indonesia we do have quite a strict regulation on the limit of the total weight. Yeah. So this is why we are using this type of material. So I think again this is like a big step for Indonesia, implementing electric bus for other than the city bus. Yeah.
You talk about battery capacity, range, and power of this new coach.
I believe this battery capacity is around 300 kilowatt hour. Maybe our partner from Hyundai, they will be able to answer that question more precisely. And the range capacity, it should be around 300 kilometers. Yeah. Other question? Maybe the next bus, or okay.
Before we go there,
Yeah,
this is like a breakthrough product, right? Electrifying a long distance one.
it is. It is.
What were the main challenges that you had to overcome? And also, what is the kind of how do you ensure the charging of this vehicle once it's deployed? Actually,
I think one of the big challenges for this bus, again, as I mentioned before, there is a limitation of the weight of the bus allowed in Indonesia. So we have to do some modification of the design of the bus, not just the design, but also the material, as I said before, in order for us to be able to to reach according to the regulation. So that is, I think, one of the challenges, that we have to overcome. For the charging capabilities, I believe since this bus is operating, I think short distance, relatively short distance for the Jakarta team, I think charging would not be any problem. I asked the management of Persija, and they told us that they will install like 150 kilowatt charger in their facility. So I don't think there's going to be a problem. With 150 kilowatt charger and 300 kilowatt hour, it takes 2.5 hours to charge. So I think it is actually much a convenience. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. Maybe the other bus. Yeah, for the double decker, again, it's very challenging bus actually to build, especially the interior. Nowadays in Indonesia, one of the big challenge is that our customer who orders this kind of bus, they would like to have something different every time. Yeah, either it's the exterior, especially the interior, because they want to offer a different kind of experience for the passenger. So this bus we actually launched last year. The concept of, we call it Combi Bus. So this is a combination between standard seatings and also the sleeper seatings. So if you go inside on the second floor, if you go to the rear part of the bus, you can see there is a sleeper seating setup configuration, which is, I think, is very unique. Maybe the first time in the world, as far as I know. Yeah. So yeah, that's one of the.
And that's the bus that won a safety award last time here at the show.
I'm sorry.
That's the one that won the safety award 2 years back here at the show. Was it?
No, I don't. I don't remember any safety awards. Yeah, yeah.
Not after that. Okay. And 2 years back, you also had an electric city bus.
2 years ago, yes, we do. We partnering with Hyundai also.
Hyundai. What is the status of that vehicle?
I'm sorry?
What is the status of that bus?
The bus now is used in the University of Indonesia in Jakarta for the transportation of the students, I believe, inside the university's area. Yeah, yeah.
Regarding that prototype and what's happening with TransJakarta, for example, we know that there are so many Laksana buses in TransJakarta.
Yeah, yeah.
So how is that market moving now? Are they in a renewal? They want to go electric? What's happening with TransJakarta now? And with the local buses that you're...
Right. Yeah, they several months ago they made a big commitment to completely transition into electric bus by 2030. Yeah, they are targeting about 10,000 of buses, electric buses operating in Jakarta, and yeah, we are very grateful for TransJakarta and its operators giving us the chance to be able to collaborate and participate in that project. So we are partnering with several different chassis brands. We have for the electric, we have the VKTR, yeah, with the BYD chassis, and then we are also exhibiting in one of our buses here is the skywell. So it's also the concept of using the TransJakarta specification. So I see the commitment from the government that yes, maybe several years ago they let the completely built up buses to be used in Indonesia, but there is a commitment of using buses with local content right now. Yeah, I think the trend also in the next year to come, they will increase the requirement of this local content. Yeah.
You spoke about challenges. I would like to know from your point of view, what are the opportunities in bus market?
In the bus?
In the bus market.
In the bus market. Yeah. I think opportunity, there are a lot of opportunity. One of the goal that we have over these years is we want to be a global player. Yeah. So we don't want just to be specializing in Indonesian market. We have always pursued on how to become a global player. So our journey of doing the export began in 2011 when we export to Fiji. But yeah, until now we have exported to 6 different countries. But of course, maybe at not a large scale. It's still a very small scale. So this is some opportunity, and at the same time challenges that we have to overcome together as a team in order to be able to match, especially the quality so that we will be able to compete also globally. Yeah. All right. Thank you.